If you listen to environmentalists talk about environmental problems, artificial light at night, ALAN, ALAN, is often mentioned. If you listen to people talk about the insect apocalypse, why insect numbers are dropping so precipitously, once again, artificial light at night is mentioned as a factor. Why might this be so? Well, perhaps if we began with humans, it would make more sense. Humans obviously perceive light through their eyes, and the optic nerves relay this information to the brain. The hypothalamus now knows when it's light or dark, and there's nuclei in the hypothalamus which process this information. The hypothalamus relays it to the pineal gland, and then at nighttime, the pineal gland makes a hormone known as melatonin, which is then the hormone of darkness. This hormone then informs the rest of the cells of the body that it is nighttime, and then a whole lot of things happens at night that doesn't happen during the day. So melatonin is a hormone with broad-reaching effects, reaching many cells of the body, affecting the immune system, affecting the reproductive system. And there are a number of disorders that are linked to not getting enough sleep, being exposed to light at night, and melatonin can be used to treat a number of human conditions and make them better. So, melatonin levels are important for humans. Too much melatonin, too little melatonin because of not enough sleep and exposure to light, these are problems.
What do these human reactions have to do with insects? A lot more than you would think, because the last common ancestor of humans and insects had already developed these melatonin-based responses to light and dark. So there are genes involved in these daily rhythms, circadian rhythms, such as the period genes and the clock genes. These are shared by both humans and insects to determine these daily rhythms. And melatonin is a hormone present in insects that affects many aspects of their physiology, such as feeding behaviors, reproduction. So, nocturnal insects, and by the way, the majority of insects are actually nocturnal, or at least more active at night. Nocturnal insects are waiting for light signals, and they respond to it to change their foraging behavior, to change their reproduction. Artificial light at night disrupts this, tricking insects to think that it is a different time of day than it is. Or if insects are measuring the length of the day to change their behaviors on an annual cycle, this then is interfering with their ability to know what season it is. Perhaps the additional light in late winter might convince them that it is actually spring, and they might start their response to springtime earlier than they otherwise would. There are more obvious effects as well. So, in natural conditions, insects are using the moon and the stars often to navigate. Bright artificial lights interfere with this. In fact, many nocturnal insects are attracted to lights, and in approaching the lights, they may die as they hit the lights. By being stunned by the lights and remaining around it, they might dehydrate and die. There may be predators which realize that insects are congregating around the lights, such as bats, geckos, toads, and others, which then prey on insects they otherwise would not have captured. The time and energy that insects spend around the lights is time that they are not foraging for food or investing in reproduction. The light changes how they visually perceive their environment, so fireflies may be less likely to observe their mates or not be able to observe them from as great a distance away. It would change the color spectra available, which may affect their ability to camouflage, or it might affect how an insect perceives the natural environment, which is full of potential food items and potential predators. And so thus artificial light has
a great potential to disrupt the normal physiology and behavior of insects and is one of the factors contributing to the dramatic decline of insect populations in recent years.